So people are typically always more capable are capable of more than they realize, right? I'm sure it's happened to you where you've done something you didn't think was possible, something that you thought you weren't capable of. You surprised yourself, you know? It's like, wow, I did that, you know? And it's like, why would that happen, right? Why would you, the person who spends the most time with you, be surprised about something you did? And it's because we, as you know, human beings and just society, people, we limit ourselves. We put limitations on ourselves. Just and not on purpose. You know, sometimes on purpose, but not on purpose. We just a lot of no. Everyone isn't really as confident in themselves as they would like to be, and like it what that does when you create this barrier in your mind of like what you're capable of doing. You limit what's actually possible for you to do. So this comes back to like having like low self-esteem and all of these things. People just repeatedly always telling you you can't do something, you can't do something, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not strong enough, you're not cool enough, you're not fast enough. All these negative things that you somewhat reinforcing in your head, and like you start telling yourself these things to the point to the point to where you believe it and you start acting like that. You go about life like that. Like, I'm not going to try to race anybody because I'm not fast enough. I'm not going to try to work out. I'm not strong enough. I'm not going to take pictures of myself. I don't look good enough. And okay, what does all this have to do with Dragon Ball, right? So in chapter 77, like, if you stick with me this long, I hope you did. In chapter 77, there was this like interesting part where after the Saiyans came back down from the great ape forms, you saw that like the Ceruleans were like all kind of hyped, like, hey, yeah, now we have a fighting chance and everything. Now that you guys are back down to normal size, and the Saiyan was like that random Saiyan number 5. He was like, hey man, we're still plenty of strong, right? We can still take you guys, like no problem. But then he threw in that extra line, well, strong enough anyways. Strong enough anyways. And I thought this was like a nice little addition to filling out more of the Saiyan lore and just mythology and what was going on behind the scenes. Like, Toyotaro has many faults as a writer, or Toyotaro and Toriyama, right? They have many faults as writers. But every now and again, they give you something where it's like, I mean, once you sprinkle a little headcanon on it, yeah, that's like some really strong writing. Like, what they said, with that one line, it was so revealing of the Saiyans as a culture, like as a people, and just how they view themselves in the universe. Yeah, the Saiyans believe themselves to be very strong, very powerful. Some of the greatest fighters, they just can't be matched. Their potential, as we've seen through Goku and Vegeta, is boundless. But yet they still feel like this guy still felt the need to say, well, we're strong enough. Like, oh, okay, maybe we're not the strongest, but we're strong enough. And it's like, no, you guys are. So why would you say that about yourself, especially to someone who you're trying to intimidate, take over, kill? Why would you even throw that idea out there? He did it because he believes it so truly. And when I say this is revealing, it's because the Saiyans are currently in this flashback underneath the thumb of Frieza and the whole Cold Empire, and they are just shook beyond belief. These guys are shook when it comes to Frieza and his father and that whole army. And to where they don't even think like they've submitted, just they are completely submissive to Frieza. Like, if he says jump, they say how high. And they don't even think about pushing back because it's like, why would I'm not strong enough. Frieza's so much powerful, his dad is so much more powerful, or maybe it's not even all the way about on Frieza. Maybe it's Frieza plus the fact of just how their whole societal system works. There's low class, mid class, high class Saiyans, elite Saiyans, And this saying he may be, I guess, a low class. Everyone's telling him he's low class, right? And so yeah, he's thinking it too. He's telling it to other people, like people who don't even know about that stuff. He's not even trying to act braggadocious, like, oh, I'm that dude, I'm about to bust your ass. He's like, no, I'm strong enough. I'm not the strongest, but I try. I try, like what, like why? It's crazy that the Saiyans are capable of having that, much of a complex, that these self-esteem issues, but it makes so much sense when you think about how they were just being controlled by Frieza for so long, how the Saiyans rank each other, and very superficial, and it's all about power levels and just how much strength you have, and this clearly it has an effect on these quote unquote people, the Saiyans, those choices, those actions, that way of life is not without its consequences, and that was a revealing moment where it just popped up. I mean, if they were to go very in depth with like another little flashback or side story, like if they did that Bardock special, that Bardock spinoff I've been sort of campaigning for lately, that would be another opportunity to get really into just how these class systems and just Frieza overall have warped the minds of all of these Saiyans, from the warriors to just the regular people like Gine, to the children, like it's like, yeah, that's gotta have an effect. I mean, mental health is such a big thing nowadays, and it's looking like no one needed some mental health advice more than the Saiyans. So but yeah, just a little thing I noticed, a little tidbit, little Easter egg I noticed in chapter 77. What do you think? Do you think the Saiyans are like had very low self-esteem? Do you think that's why they allowed Frieza to just this one guy, or King Cold, essentially one guy, to just control this entire race of people? Like, do you think they had low self-esteem or just insecurities when it came to dealing with other races? Like why would this guy tell Granola's, not Granola, but tell this Cerulean this, why would he do that? Was it just so much, is it so much a part of him that he can't even fake it for this civilization that he's having a hand in conquering? Like, clearly you're the alpha here, and yet you're still in a way submitting to someone else. Like, so what do you think that means for Dragon Ball? Do you think that little tidbit, that little what is it, this concept will come back in future Dragon Ball stories? I'd like to hear what you think about it all. So please leave a comment, like, subscribe. More videos coming for the rest of the week. We're here Monday through Friday, and yeah, catch you on the next one. All right.